Hey, welcome back to This and That with Calandra. This is another video that I've done. I know I haven't been in front of the camera for a while, but I wanted to come back with you with some of my favorite things. This is almost the end of the first quarter of 2012, so I thought I'd update you on some of my favorite things. I've also done a video, I don't know which one's going to upload first, on what I've been doing with my natural hair. I've been natural since July 2011. And so that's another video, so check that one out. But today we're going to talk about some makeup. Now, in one of my blogs, calandrabranch.wordpress.com, I told you that I've been on moratorium from new makeup since last summer. The biggest makeup purchase I made, I think since then, was the Urban Decay Book of Shadows 4 only, because that was a $64 value that I was able to pick up for $44 right around Black Friday, around Thanksgiving, and I couldn't pass it up. Interestingly enough, when you go on their website, they're still selling it $20 cheaper, which I find kind of interesting. So anyway, it was a bargain for me at the time. The only makeup that I've bought since then, and I still haven't bought a lot, is drugstore makeup. Now, you guys know I'm not real big on drugstore makeup, not because it's not good makeup, but because I like to be able to try it at the counter or something like that. And I know that some stores you can return makeup. Who wants to go through all that? So I have been picking up a few things at the drugstore. The first thing I picked up, this is an old line, but these are the Queen collections from CoverGirl. I'm pretty much, when it comes to lipstick and lip gloss, I pretty much stick to MAC because I can always try the shades on, and I just like to do that. So I really try hard not to buy drugstore lipstick. One thing that I do appreciate is when they do have the little sample at the bottom so you can at least see the shades. It's not always true to form, but they're close enough, especially with the Queen collection. I had bought a very deep purpley plum some time ago. I think I showed it in another video, and that one I use sporadically, but this I bought last week actually. This is Ruby Slipper, and it's a really pretty red. I don't really like bright reds, but this one is kind of pretty, and it's not too bright for me. So this is Ruby Slipper, and I remembered reading a review of this one, so I thought I would try this one out. I was actually at Walgreens today, and they had CoverGirl products, buy one, get one half off, I think. So I bought two. This is Rosy Tomorrows, and I believe I have this one on right now. And it's a nice kind of shimmery plum. You all know I'm not really good at describing colors. And this is a nice kind of a dark, it's not really a neutral, but it's kind of a dark neutral color, and it's called Mocha Loca, and I think I had seen this one also. It's not quite a nude, but it's a dark nude. This one looks okay on me. I just have to make sure I have a good liner. Speaking of which, I had my liner. Let me see. Okay, we lost the liner. Because I did buy a, oh, here it is. Yeah. I did buy a CoverGirl liner in Sophisticated because I can't find my MAC Night Moth lip liner pencil. I'll find it eventually. I always find my MAC liner pencils. So I bought this. It's kind of hard to see, but it's not quite as dark as Night Moth, which, if you don't know, is kind of a dark currant color. And I can't find my current lip liner either for some strange reason. Anyway, this is a nice dupe, so I like that. And they actually, this same liner goes with all three of these lipsticks. I make liner work. Y'all know I keep things simple. Something I have been reading about recently, and I'm not one to go pick up stuff just when I first hear about it, but this one I wanted to try out. And actually, every time I went in the store, they never had the colors that I wanted. But it's the Maybelline Color Tattoos. I have been dying to try these. I have never really worn cream eyeshadow. And I was always afraid because my eyelids can get a little oily during the day. So I was thinking, well, I'll use them kind of like a paint pot, the same way I use MAC Paint Pot, and use it as a base primer for my other shadows. So the first one I brought... Well, actually, yeah, the first one I bought, and this was the color I was looking for, was Tough as Taupe. It's a pretty taupe color. Now, I actually did use these last week as a base. Great, great job. This is a nice dupe for a paint pot. They are anywhere between $6.50 and $7.50 depending on where you get them from. I think CVS had them on sale last week, buy one, get one half off. You got to catch those BOGO sales. I also bought this one that I thought was such a pretty color. So I said, well, let me try it as an actual shade. And this is Pomegranate Punk. And I'm going to talk about this one in a minute because this is the one that I'm actually wearing right now. And I'll tell you how I wear these. They're supposed to be 24-hour color. That's why they call it color tattoo. This one I just bought today, and it is in Bad to the Bronze. It's a very pretty color. Now, the reviews that I always heard about these, this is the bronze, was that they go on sheer, or you could layer them to be a little heavier. This is the pomegranate. I'm not good at swatching, y'all, so, you know, bear with me. All right, that's the pomegranate. And I would keep these real tight. I know these are like kind of what I do with my L'Oreal Hip colors. And this is the one that I kind of use as the base, the taupe. Which it really comes out like this funky gunmetal color. Very strange. Anyway. The gold I would probably do as a base. I would probably also maybe do it by itself. I'm not sure. Now I find them to go on very sheer. And as I said, I have the Pomegranate Punk on now. And I found that when I tried to put it on with my finger, it's too sheer. And I had to like keep putting more on. So I actually use a brush to apply this. And what I did was I put it all across my lid as with no base underneath. Because to me it's a base by itself. And then I took, you all know that my transition color that I always use is my L'Oreal Hip Duo in Brazen, which is the pink and the brown. And I always use the brown side. And then I just kind of brush that along the transition area. One thing I like about these is for me, I use them as a quick, I don't have time. You all know, my makeup takes 15 minutes, tops. But if I'm really like, I just want to do something in 5 minutes, like right before I did this video, I did my makeup in less than 3 minutes. This was the go-to. I brush it on. I feel like I do have to use a lot to get it to not be so sheer and to really feel like I've got a, you know, a decent color payoff. That's not necessarily a bad thing. It's just, it is what it is. And then I just put the Brazen transition color on the top part of my eye. I used, I think, my Revlon liner and just did a little liner. You know, my Million Lashes by L'Oreal, my favorite mascara. And that was it. I have a little bit of foundation and concealer, that's it, and my lipstick, and that's it. So those are some of my favorite things. This is something that Erin at Scandalous Beauty talked about, and I can't find them in every store. So then I finally found them. I bought them. They had a double pack. I think it was $6 or $8, so they're not expensive. I generally use, for makeup towelette removers, I generally use CVS's knockoff of Pond's removers, which are not that expensive. I try to catch them when they're buy one, get one off. Buy one, get one free, I think. Yeah, or buy one, get one half off. Because I just can't see paying a lot of money for makeup towel removers. I'll use baby wipes before I pay a lot of money for a makeup towel remover. I don't understand how people can spend so much money on it, but that's neither here nor there. But this is Yes to Cucumbers, and Walgreens had a really nice selection of all of the Yes to products. It's like Yes to Carrots, Yes to something or other, Yes to Cucumbers. This was actually part of Allure Magazine's 2011 Best of Beauty Award winners, and I always go with those because they're usually pretty good. So it's funny, when I was doing my makeup, one of the things that Erin at Scandalous Beauty said was that you don't have to rub, a couple of swipes and your makeup is off. I actually used it when I was putting my makeup on. I had a little makeup on the back of my hand, and I just swiped it off, and it really went off very quickly. So I found it to be probably a little better than the CVS. I'll get back to you if I change my mind about that. But finally, because I don't want to keep you long, this is my favorite thing, all right, of 2012. And I want to see if I can get him in the shot. Woo! This is my, oops, my baby. This is my Epiphone DR92, otherwise known as Montgomery, after the famed jazz guitarist Wes Montgomery. This is my acoustic guitar that I bought for myself for Christmas. I named him Montgomery. His nickname is Monty. And I am teaching myself how to play the acoustic guitar. This is my year of creativity. I want to see what I can do. I want to see if I can stretch my musical chops a little. I'm coming along. I'm not too bad. My kids love it. They like to sit and listen to me play, even when I'm just playing scales. They, make their requests for a Twinkle Twinkle Little Star, and I tell them I can't play that. And they actually sit and listen to me doing practice chords and start making up songs right there off the cuff. So maybe we'll have a record deal in the future. But anyway, thanks a lot for tuning into This and That with Calandra. Check out my video on my hair care regimen. Check out the blog at calandrabranch.wordpress.com. And don't forget us on Facebook, This and That with Calandra. Thank you so much for tuning in, and take care.